Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 worst makeup items from the Dollar Tree. These are all products that are within the $1.25 price point. These things here, I think you might do better choosing something else from Dollar Tree or something at a different price point or from somewhere else. So if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And my makeup look today, if my face looks a little uneven, it's because I'm wearing two completely different sets of makeup on my face. One side of my face is Dollar Tree makeup and the other side is from LA Girl. And so definitely guess down below which you think is which and be on the lookout for the video coming out next. So like I said, if I look a little uneven, that is why. If you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm a bargain beauty channel. I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other beauty channels do. I just like to keep it at the bargain price point. So the closer to $1, the better. If it sounds like you're in the right place, definitely become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and join us. I will have related content down below. I like to do videos like this from time to time, best, worst, all that kind of thing. So I'll have related content down below in the description box. Definitely check it out and give some of my other videos a binge watch. So we got quite a bit to get into today. And so without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So these are in no particular order. I'm just going down a list. And like I said, there are 10 things. The first is translucent setting powders. So Dollar Tree brands have come out with quite a few different types of setting powders. Ioni has a little mattifying powder. They also came out with recently a pink loose powder. Be Pure has come out with several different types of setting powders, blurring powders that are like skin tone, as well as a translucent, as well as a clarifying, which is supposed to be a dupe for Neutrogena. And then of course, LA Colors has their pressed powder that has been around forever. And then La Mercerie has a translucent setting powder as well. And overall, I think whether it's Be Pure or whether it's La Mercerie, the translucent pressed, especially the pressed, there's not really any loose ones at the Dollar Tree. Mostly it's pressed. They tend to leave a white cast. So if you try to bake, you're gonna get a white cast. If you even brush them on, you're gonna get a little bit of a white cast. And I just think they leave a lot to be desired. Whereas if you spend a little bit more money and maybe get something from Shop Miss A or LA Girl or something at the drugstore from like Elf or something like that, you're gonna get a little bit of a better quality product, something that feels a little bit more high end, some different finishes. You can get pressed, you can get loose, all that kind of thing. Even Essence, I really love Essence's different pressed powders. And I just fear that the ones from the Dollar Tree, you're gonna get a good amount of flashback and it's just not gonna work for a lot of skin tones. There's just too much of a white cast. Now I do like the Ioni mattifying and it's a white powder, but I find that it's kind of the easiest to work with, a little bit closer to something that costs a little bit more. And honestly, in a pinch, I really like the LA Colors pressed powders. They come in a few different like flesh tone shades as well as Be Pure. But honestly, this is something where you could spend a little bit more money and get something that's still kind of at a bargain price point, but something that will overall work a little bit better for your skin. So like I said, I think translucent pressed powders at Dollar Tree leave a lot to be desired. So number two, I'm gonna say most mascaras, because there was a time it was all mascara at the Dollar Tree. There was a time you'd just be better off spending more money at the drugstore and buying something that actually works. However, in recent years, they've been slowly getting better. Be Pure came out with their hydrating mascara, which I found to be kind of the best thing at the time. Then the Ioni lengthening fibers for me kind of trumped that. And then here recently, y'all, I just have been really liking the volumizing, the lift and lock, and their lengthening. I think they come in black, purple, and yellow. And those by far are the best mascaras to come through the Dollar Tree. Now, do I think they're as good as maybe an Essence/Princess? I don't know. I haven't really compared those two particular mascaras yet, but they are definitely the best thing at the Dollar Tree. So I'm kind of excluding those as of yet. And that's why I'm saying most mascaras. And like I said, that's an upgrade to it being all mascaras from the Dollar Tree. But I still, you know, if you want to spend $4.99 and buy the Essence/Princess, I still think it's money well spent, even though Dollar Tree does have 3 really, really decent LA Colors mascaras. Until I can do a little bit more testing, I'm just gonna say that they're really great, but if you did buy something that cost a little bit more at the drugstore, it wouldn't be a bad thing either. So like I said, most mascaras leave a lot to be desired, with the exception of those new LA Colors mascaras. And then something here that really, really disappointed me is Dollar Tree has been coming out with lots of different types of bronzing products, liquids, creams, powders. All the brands have been putting out bronzers and different formulations, sculpting duos, and even Ioni now has a liquid bronzer, which is something we've been dying for. But something that left a lot to be desired, and I don't think I have this product with me anymore, is the Marie Claire bronzing stick. I don't think you could get a more orangey, horrible looking shade of bronzer at any price point. Like I said, generally I find the bronzing products to be really pretty good from Dollar Tree. They tend to run a little bit warm, which may not be good for everybody. You might have to, if you need something pretty cool, you might have to go into another price point. But overall, they do really well with bronzers, except this bronzing stick. It was just really, really warm and just not worth $1.25. And Marie Claire makeup came out either early last year or late the year before, and then it kind of made a resurgence. So now you're seeing the Marie Claire makeup back after it had come out and gone away. So in my opinion, I would just leave that Marie Claire bronzing stick on the Dollar Tree shelf and just get something else. Get an LA Colors matte bronzer or the Ioni liquid bronzer if you can find it, or the Be Pure Charlotte Tilbury dupes. Those are really nice as well. So yeah, the Marie Claire bronzing stick, I didn't really care for at all. And then this is kind of a new one because I loved LA Colors highlighters. And I've got a couple that are in Glow Time and Shine Bright. Beautiful. One's like more of a gold and one's a little bit more of a pinkish champagne. And wonderful. However, recently, they've got the same shade names, but they're different shades entirely. Now, I will say they are really great if you have a deep or dark skin tone. They would make beautiful highlighters for you. But generally, they got rid of the ones that I really loved and that worked for me. And I really wish what they did was kept the ones in Shine Bright and Glow Time and then added 2 more shades. And I'll put the packaging up here that I'm talking about. You guys remember this packaging, and you still see it at Dollar Tree often, because their matte bronzer and their shimmer bronzer and now their highlighters are all in this packaging. Yeah, I just wish they added a couple that were made for darker skin and kept the shades, the ones I have loved for years. I'm just glad that I still have them, and I've got 2 of one shade and then 1 of the other. And but yeah, these have kind of gotten to be where LA Colors now with LA Colors, if you want to get a decent highlighter, you have to either get their Conceal and Correct, which can leave a little bit of like a white cast. It's a little bit of a white pearly highlighter, or their sculpting duos, which can be kind of hard to find. They're wonderful, but they can be a little hard to find. So kind of in these more readily available highlighters that LA Colors has, they really kind of messed up and taken away something that was really great. Like I said, I'm happy that they would work for darker skin, but I just wish they added that to the repertoire. So for me, LA Colors kind of overall ruined these particular colors because they just changed them so drastically, when I think they could have added some darker shades and other shades of highlighters to this collection and made it even better. So another thing that I think LA Colors is so close to being great on, but they just can't quite get it, is lip liner shades. So they always come out with lip liners. There is no shortage of LA Colors lip liners. They'll come out with 5 or 6 in a collection every time, and every single time. So I love like a darker lip liner. I like a deep plum, a deep wine, even a brown. And I'll get one where the cap looks like it's going to be a really good plum. I put it on my lips and it matches my lips. Now, for some people that works. For me, that's just not my style. I want my lip liner to be a little darker. I'll even blend it a little bit. That's just, like I said, my style. Lip liners from LA Colors at the Dollar Tree have never been dark enough. And I try every time I see one. I hope it's going to be dark enough. It never, ever is. I end up using their eyebrow and eyeliner pencil, the ones that come in the 2-pack with the sharpener, as a lip liner, because in the brown shade, because I can finally get a darker lip shade. Or I use Ioni. Ioni does have they do come out with shades that are darker, like plums and wines and stuff like that. But yet LA Colors just can never quite get it. And I continue to try, and their shades just always fall flat for me. And I'm sure people with darker toned skin and stuff like that have a hard time finding a lip liner from them as well at the Dollar Tree for the same reason. I just wish that they would expand and go a little bit darker with them. They come so close, and yet they're still so far away. And I'm not really talking about the product itself. I'm sure the product itself is great, but I can't really give it a big fair chance because I can't ever really wear it because I don't like the shades. So for me, the LA Colors lip liners always fall flat. So now for a couple of Be Pure products. Be Pure, Be Color. Sometimes you'll see makeup and stuff packaged as either or, but they're the same company. And these here I so bad wanted to love, but they just don't execute as good as they should. I'm talking about their glitter eyeshadows. Hopefully I can find a picture to put up. I never even tried to get the bluer one, but they have one that's like a purpley pink. And it's beautiful when you swatch it. It's like a cream glitter kind of thing. When you swatch it, it's beautiful. It's got little moons and stars. But when you put it on the eye, I just think it falls flat. And maybe, honestly, this might be something that looks better on a hooded eye than on my eyes. When I put it on my eyes, with the way my eyelids are, it just kind of looks like chunky mess. And I just so bad wanted to like it. But it's just one of those things that I don't know what they gotta do to fix it. Maybe make everything smaller. Maybe all the chunks are just too big. That might actually just be the problem. But yeah, these here, like I said, I really, really wanted to like, and I never did try the blue, but it was definitely a waste of $1.25. As well as their lip stain. Now, I think some of you liked this lip stain. For me, I don't really like a lip stain in general. So for me, lip stains in general fall flat. That's just not my style. I can never get them to look right. I mean, I've even encountered this when I would get a sample of like the Benefit Benetint, which I think you can use on the lips. I don't know, it's been so long. I just never ever do well with a lip tint. I've tried one from, I think, Temu. I just can never ever get down with it. It's just not my style of thing. And so Be Pure came out with one and I tried it and I just, like I said, for me, in general, lip stains are a fail. And so the Be Pure lip stain was also a fail for me. As well as their shadow stick. So apparently they have two shades. They have like a pinkish shade and a lilac shade. I tried the pinkish shade, and I think a lot of you agree with this as well. I've covered this product before as being just one of the worst makeup products at Dollar Tree. It's like a stick, like the idea is kind of cute, but these ideas usually I don't think ever like execute. So first of all, the packaging, you kind of lift it up like a lipstick, and it's got like a darker shade and a lighter shade, and it's all shimmer. And you're supposed to put it like on your lid with the darker shade kind of being, I guess, closer to your lash line and the lighter shade going up. It just doesn't execute. They're not defined enough. They're too shimmery. I don't know. This idea just never actually translates, I don't think. I think even like the drugstore came up with something where you swipe and you put it on and it's 3 shades. I think you have to either do a one and done or you have to learn how to apply eyeshadow. You can't just swipe a thing and have a whole like look on your eye. That's just my thoughts and my opinion personally. But this stick is also so hard, so if you try to sweep it across your eyeball, it hurts. And it's just very lackluster. I even tried to use it like as an under the brow bone highlight and as like a shimmer. It just didn't work, just very, very lackluster. You'd just be better off using a shimmer shadow from any palette that you have, or a liquid shadow, like an LA Colors liquid shadow or an Ioni liquid shadow, anything. Like I said, this product here just really, really fell flat and was just one of the worst makeup products I personally think has ever hit the Dollar Tree. And then LA Colors liquid foundation and their concealer. Now their concealer is even worse. In some ways it's not fair to the foundation to put it in the same category as the concealer. I just am, because there's so many better foundations that I really feel LA Colors should step up, because we know they can do it. They come out with some really nice complexion products. Their LA Colors skin tint that you can get at Five Below or Dollar General. Really, really nice. They've got higher price foundations that are really pretty good. I mean, when I use it, I'm always a little pleasantly surprised because I always think it's going to be a little worse than it is. But it's just not as good as a Candy Moyo or a Be Pure foundation. At that price point, you just can do so, so much better. But hands down, the concealer is absolutely, I would say, the worst. This and the next product are the worst products at the Dollar Tree. I would say even worse than the Be Pure eyeshadow stick, and that is saying a lot, is just their concealer. And I thought that they had reformulated it when they put the pink cap on it, but they did not. They did the same thing to the foundation. None of it's reformulated. It's the same stuff. Now, LA Colors, their Conceal and Correct is really pretty decent. It's the best concealer that LA Colors makes at the Dollar Tree. They're peach, they're yellow. I don't mess with the green or purple, but those two are really decent. Of course, Be Pure makes really nice concealers. La Mercerie makes a really nice concealer, and now Ioni, but stay away from the LA Colors, like just flesh tone concealer, the one in the pink cap, at all costs. It literally does nothing. So LA Colors has a little ways to go with their liquid complexion products, in my opinion. And then last, but certainly not least, again, this and the LA Colors concealer are by far the 2 worst makeup products at the Dollar Tree, like hands down. And I'm talking about Ioni eyeliner. And you guys know, this has been no secret the last couple years, but if you're new here and you're trying to get a brief on bargain makeup and Dollar Tree makeup specifically, you guys, you don't understand, this eyeliner used to be bomb. It was like high end. It was so good. They had blue and they had black and they were just phenomenal. I still have one of each. They reformulated it at some point and now it is garbage. You can't even sharpen the pencil. You literally can't even sharpen the pencil without it crumbling and breaking, let alone trying to apply it to your eyes, putting pressure on it. It is hands down, like, went from being the best to the worst eyeliner in any price point of all time. Like, it's so bad that I don't even know how they get away with making it. Maybe we all need to complain. I don't know. But it used to be the best, and now it is literally, absolutely, probably the worst product now at the Dollar Tree. And it's so, so sad. But yeah, the Ioni liner literally became absolutely the worst makeup product at the Dollar Tree. So definitely let me know what you agree with, and let me know what makeup products you think are the worst from the Dollar Tree, especially if they weren't on this list. You know I love to hear from you all. Definitely give this video a like and a hype. It helps me and my channel out so very much, and I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Definitely check the description box for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.